Do you see this shit? This bowl of little prizes, and then some candy. It's Halloween. We're about to have trick-or-treaters, and my mom claims that she spent $15 on this little bit of candy. She went through it and picked out what she wanted, so there's not enough for the trick-or-treaters to have more than one piece. She told me that the trick-or-treaters can only get one piece of candy each. That is unacceptable. We are not going to have this. We are not going to be that house this year. So I'm going to go to the dollar store, and I don't care if I have to spend $50 to get enough candy, because I'm not doing this. Okay, so it is now like 10:15 at night, and that video that I recorded earlier was done at like 4 or something, and I'm gonna put it all into one video. But after I made that video, I went out and I went to the dollar store, and I spent $25 on Halloween candy at the dollar store, and I brought it home, and I got all these little treat bags, and I started stuffing them full of candy, and that was what I was giving out to trick-or-treaters all night. And around 8:30 or so, we weren't getting any more trick-or-treaters, and I had a whole pumpkin just full, like almost overflowing full, with these treat bags. So I decided I was going to go around and I was going to give them to random people and see if I could find any kids that were still trick-or-treating, and just give them to random people. Be like, hey, I had some extra treat bags, do you want some? I got three little kids, and 2 teenagers, so there was 5. And then I went to Arby's and got rid of 4 of them, just going to these different restaurants and giving all these bags to each other. It turns out I did the math of what I've given away so far, and I had 25 of them. So far I've given away like 20, and I still have a few left. So I went to Arby's, where I used to work, and there was only 4 people there, so I was like, here, there's 4 treat bags for you. And then I went right next door to Wendy's, and there was 7 people there, and I was like, thank God there's so many of them. So, and you should have seen the look on the guy's face at Wendy's. I went in and I stood in line behind like 4 people, and I was waiting my turn. I was very patient. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling generous and charitable, whatever. And the guy's kind of eyeballing my pumpkin the entire time I'm standing in line. And then I get up there and I'm like, hey, how many people are working tonight? And he's like, I think there's like 7 of us. And I hold up my pumpkin and I'm like, do you guys want some treat bags? And the look on his face, he got the biggest, it was like this big ass grin on his face. He thought it was funny. And whatever. I'm being nice. The people at Wendy's are always really nice, so I decided I was gonna give him some treats. And he goes in the back and he counts all of his coworkers that are there, and he comes back and he's like, yeah, there's 7 of us. So I pull out 7 bags and I'm like, here you go, happy Halloween, and then I walk out. And then I went really, really, really far down the road to Taco John's, where I work now. And I walk in the back door, and I see 3 of my coworkers, and I'm like, hey, I brought you guys some treats. How many of you guys are here? And there was only 3 of them, so I left 3 treat bags, and one of my coworkers was like, well, they said, I brought you guys some presents, and one of my coworkers was like, unless it's money to pay my bills, then it's not something that I want. And I was like, well, I brought you candy, that's something nice too. And he goes, the stoner that he is, he goes, is it my kind of candy or is it like kid candy? And I was like, it's kid candy. And he's like, well, then I don't want it. That doesn't help me at all. And I left 3 bags on the back counter, and I was like, well, take it anyways because I'm being nice. It's just ungrateful little shit. And then I go to Walmart, and I decided that I was going to give the last few of my treat bags to any customers that I see, and it was like pretty much empty. It was just a bunch of employees just stocking the shelves, and I don't have enough for all of them, so I was like, yeah. I tried to give one to the lady that was supervising the self-checkout stuff, and she was like, nah, I don't want it, no thanks. So I was like, okay. So I was gonna go to Subway, which is right next door to Walmart, and see who was there, because I used to work at Subway too, like 3 years ago. They have a bunch of people there that I don't know that didn't work there when I was there. Very few people that I worked there with there are still there. So, they're closed. So now I have this pumpkin, and I have 5 of these little treat bags. And there's this, so I don't know what to do with these. I think I'm going to take them to my old boss's house, from my boss from work study, because she is an old family friend, and I have 5 of these bags left, and it just so happens that she has 3 kids, and that it's just her and her husband, so there's 5 people in her house, and I have 5 bags, so that works out perfectly, and I think I'm gonna do that, and then leave her a message on Facebook, and be like, hey, check your mailbox, I left you guys a present in the middle of the night. Saying it out loud, it's kind of creepy, but it's like really dark and it's really late and there's no one around and I'm tired. I didn't make it to bed until like 4:30 last night, and then I got up at like 8 and I did dishes, and I did a lot of dishes, and I did some cleaning around the house and took trash out and all that for a couple of hours, and then I went back to bed and I slept from like, I think it was like 10 or 11 to like 2 or 3 o'clock. So I slept for a while. And I got up and did more stuff around the house, and then all this Halloween. So, kind of sad. Halloween's my favorite day of the year, and I'm doing something nice. I like handing out candy to trick-or-treaters. It's my favorite thing to do. And I discovered that I like going around and giving random treat bags to random people just because I have them. So I just decided I was going to take a break on my way home, and I'm just sitting on a bench outside the college talking to you, talking to myself. So I'm gonna go get rid of these last few treat bags, and happy Halloween.